Let the games begin. A million ways to win. I'm sick of the wait and sick of the pain. I live with this weight within that weighs me down, but nevertheless I find a way to win. I pick up the pace and simmer the game. The shook of the pace I bring. Embrace the savior. They're thinking of ways to slay the king. Running away from ways of sin. She thinking of ways to break me in. Delivering major. Narrator. The bigger the work rate, the bigger the paper. I'm telling them your validation, boy, I validate myself. These rappers couldn't stomach me, they punch below the belt. Sitting and dreaming of palm trees, more drive than a calf. You're lukewarm, that's half heat. I'm Luke Pate, I'm Kwali, I'm Mos Def, I'm Ali. Who in wanna spar me? This ain't a regular party. Somebody ring an alarm, please. My pole vote to the next stage. I've been ahead of the next wave and the next wave and the next wave. Labels are playing a guess game. I'll be the king of the chess game, telling them give me the checkmate. I'm a black man in a white world with a mad flow and a fresh fade. Couldn't see this in the X-ray. Space bars better escape. Could've lost hope, but I kept faith. No games, but I get played. Stones back with a new flow. Guns like, where did you go? Gotta move though through the back doors and the loopholes. Move slow, then you lose hope. Gotta think fast, never stoop low. Few scars from a few foes. Now we move smart, never too close. Head in the game, telling them give me the praise. Tables are turning, we getting it burning. It never could sever the flame. Don't want a regular wage. Brother will be coming of age. Something to nothing, I promise I'm coming. I'm setting it up in a blaze. Gluttonous brothers is plotting on me. I'm in a cup with a couple of. I wouldn't bother to bother the one. Running a shot of this bob and I weave. Never forgetting that nothing is free. I've been ahead of them, I'm in the lead. I was a brother with nothing to see. One of the rappers who got a degree. I'm just a brother with nothing to hide. Ready to get it no matter the heights. Give you a little advice. Don't be the one that be living a lie. If you be plotting, you better be wise. Never be letting them get me alive. Brothers be trying to be killing the vibe. I will endeavor to sever the ties. Spending my hours on keeping the relevance. I was a brother with nothing but eminence. Double the pressure with nothing but elegance. I was a man who believed in development. Hard faith, had to be prevalent. Last place, never was evident. Even though I was ahead of them, I was determined to make them irrelevant. Then I come for their regiment. I'll be the king of the residents. Put me on Letterman. I'm in my element. I was 11 when I was running a king, hungry as ever. Nothing to eat, nothing to something. I body the beat. None of you brothers got nothing on me. Stones here. Busker flow.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming right up, the Warriors taking on the 76ers. For the Golden State Warriors, the best record in the NBA. It's no accident, an elite team that expects to win every time they take the court. Sixers, Warriors, coming right up after this. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson. Alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, the Warriors had an unusual opportunity, retain a championship core while adding star-caliber youngsters. To maximize their success, the team has invested heavily in player development. That requires some changes in the coaching staff, but Brian, the new energy and the ideas have been a positive.
All right, Allie, thanks. A look at the 76ers starting group. Harris and Embiid are playing up front. James Harden out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's Thibault in at the small forward position. And for the Warriors, Green out there with Miles Turner. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's George in at the 3. So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Obviously, this is the type of game the fans really get up for. So do we. And the players as well.
Yeah, we all can't wait. These are the types of games you mentally circle on the calendar. And it's a test for the teams to see how championship ready they might be.
Well, he was born in Arizona. When it's time for national team play, Matisse Thybulle suits up for Australia down under, the team he medaled with in 2020.
Hey, it's fun to see NBA players like Thybulle go their own way
for national competition.
Yeah, it is, BA. I mean, that's part of the interesting fabric of the global nature of the game, particularly as it relates to the NBA. International tournaments are kind of like alternate worlds, if you will. Guys who are NBA rivals end up being teammates, or their teammates wind up on the other bench. It's actually pretty cool to see.
Harris against Green. Pass to Curry.
Nice finger
The
rolls.
shot, no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
Hindi na napasok.
Harris passes to Harden.
Panalo yung Warriors kanina sa Rockets. Ganda ng game kanina. Napaka-competitive. Galing ng Rockets
By
dun.
Turner.
You have to give
And the
them credit.
Warriors with possession. Wiggins passes to Green.
Kaso
Curry with it.
napaka-veteran talaga ng Warriors.
There's a
Kadro
whistle.
ng
He'll
foul.
head to the line to shoot 2.
Ay,
That's
mga
on
nakintol.
Joel Embiid.
Basta,
You know, in
bag
the
o
past
broken
several
picture
seasons,
lang.
there's been one constant with the
Basta
76ers.
talaga long
They're
time
going
no
to be
stream,
among
long
the
time
best
no see,
defensive
long time
teams
no
in the
hear.
league.
Nakalaro lang, busy sa work alls. Dami tayong ginawa sa buhay.
And that one falls for Curry.
Sana, talo na bukas
Sixers'
Lakers
identity
niya.
really does center around their defense.
Talo na bukas
It's so
yan.
true, BA, and they've done a great job playing to
Mahulog na
their
yan.
strengths. That's the key for any contending
Hulog na
team.
bukas.
Maximize your players' talents. Philly has done that as well as anybody.
And so Curry nails both of them.
That's
Mark
what he
my
does.
words, born a kid.
Rock solid at the line.
Wala na yung Lakers niya.
Harris on the wing.
Ba't ako matras?
And Turner with the block.
What timing from Turner? I mean, that's a big part of blocking
Ibang
shots.
klase talaga
Reading the
pag may
shooter
ano
and then timing it perfectly to send that shot in reverse.
Now here's George. His last outing, we saw him score 13. Harden with it. Now guarded by Curry. For 3, Maxey.
Yung depensa.
The rebound by Turner.
Not an ideal start for them. Still looking for their first field
Gusto
goal
ko
after
nakita,
4
long time
misses.
no see ba or long time no hear.
Curry passes to Turner.
Or whatever.
Can't get his first shot of the game to fall.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lead.
Pass to
Nagtago si
Harden.
Kibolo sa playoffs tol man. Pati yung players niya yung tramo yung athletic kaya.
Rough patch here, 5 straight misses to begin the game.
Uy, so yan.
Finds George.
James Harden.
Lets it go from 14.
Wala kang tindas.
And the Warriors miss again.
Very surprising that he came away empty
Oh, wow.
there,
Ano mo
especially
nakita,
given
man?
room to operate.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Harden.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
And that's how you defend. Glad we had a chance to see a replay of that block again.
I mean, letting them know up front that he's on the hunt tonight and eager to knock away shots. I love it.
George against Thybulle. Pass to Curry. Shoots over Harden.
Nag-release na ito man. Dok-dok si BJ Chu.
Boy, dominant play by
Ang
Turner
mga
there.
Sixers. Mag-bago na ako sa time one sila.
To get that rebound in the bucket.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Miles Turner's defensive
Sa
impact
buhay
can
lang
be
naman ko.
enormous. I mean, he is
Lalaro
a
ako kaya
pass
ng
protector, a
NBA
lead
2K23. You can talk anything under the sun. Laban
really
natin
be
dito
mindful of where
Sixers.
he is and maybe even shape their offense around avoiding him.
Harden to pass to Thybulle. Outside Maxey. George against Harden. Six on the shot clock. The Sixers with another miss.
Business
Turner's
stuff,
already led the league in blocks.
Ang bilis. Yun na, nagtatapan ni Harden.
You know, he's not just all about defense, though, BA. He's averaged double-digit
Nagkakapa ni
points
Harden
every year he's
tuloy
been in the
Harden.
league, and he's a pretty
Huwag mo nang
strong
i-take this sa
finisher
likes
at
ka
the 10,
lang.
although
Thank
I
you
think that's an
sa
area that he's got
tap
to
and
continue
share.
to grow in, and his outside shot has come a long
Eto,
way.
ISO.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Low resistance to the finish line.
I
Kaya mo.
love the way he
Hindi na kaya
played
yan.
downhill on that drive. Love the attack mentality in a close game.
That's the aggressive side of Wiggins, taking it up inside, inviting,
Ba't parang layo ng mic? Sorry, layo pala ng mic. Adjust ko lang. Musta? Bunakid tol,
And
musta tol.
Wiggins drops them both.
Thank you sa tap
Here
tap
we
sa
are
share
late
tol.
in the season.
Tap and
I
like.
gotta ask you the age-old question, Clark. Should the focus be on playoff positioning, or should it be on resting your stars?
Bawi.
I don't think it should be either. I think it should be playing your best basketball. And if, in fact, you're in a position where you can buy some rest for your key players and still be sharp,
Kaso hindi nila
then
matigilin
that's
si
what you do.
Wiggins.
But it's a delicate balancing act. I would much rather
Ano
see
may mismatch kay
players
Wiggins eh.
rest during practice and play a bit in the games to keep that in-game sharpness is what you want. But each team has to do it the way they feel best.
Oh, shit.
Maxey. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Maxey's got 6. The Warriors leading. Pass to Turner. Here's Curry. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now.
This is not his quarter. He needs to give up some touches and recalibrate. And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Outside Curry. Shoots over Maxey. And they recover it. Wiggins passes to George.
Harden, PJ for 3.
Offline with a 3. Philadelphia's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Thibault. Chance there to take the lead, but a miss. On the wing, Green. Pounded by Harris. Green, the pass to Curry. And that comes off the assist by Green.
And you know, for a big man, I think Green is one of the better dime droppers in the league. I mean, he's a true point forward who has excellent vision and sees the floor well.
Here's Harden, following the score by Golden State. The floater, and Thibault lays it up and in.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Now George. Boy, he's been patient so far.
Defense
Nothing yet on the
naman.
scoreboard.
Sayang.
Curry's
Pinipilit yung
shot is off.
tira ni Steph
You know, he
Curry.
hasn't contributed well scoring the ball, but obviously his teammates have.
And the foul called on Paul George.
Wait lang po muna ako ah.
That's his first foul of the game.
Doon lang po muna kayo dyan. Enjoy.
Golden State on D. Outside for Harden. Thibault against Curry. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And they'll give that one to Miles Turner.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
Ties it up, and his next one could give him the lead. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Could have taken the lead there, but instead, they're going to have to settle for the tie.
To the inside. Here's Green. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
What offensive effort from Green. Backing off the shot isn't even a consideration for him.
And both free throws good for Green. And Philadelphia calls time here.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Give it up one more time for your Warriors.
Philadelphia shooting 33% in the first quarter. Harden, the pass to Thibault. Now here's Maxey. Back to Thibault. Green against Harris. Clock at 6. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
There's no way you can minimize his concentration. Excellent focus and finding a way to score that time by Harris.
Up top, Wiggins. Maxey covering. Green for three. Rebound by the 76ers. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
Sometimes it's difficult to get good looks on the road, but they ran the offense brilliantly.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done.
Now here's Harris. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Bulls in Chicago.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
The way they just continue to drive right at the defense, they've really been overwhelming them when they do this.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys, lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on. There's a lot to like about Tobias Harris, his comportment, his versatility. He's adaptable. I think that stands out as well. I mean, he's had to play a lot of roles on different teams, and he's done them all at a high level.
The Sixers leading. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
And that one's good. Melton.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Now here's Green. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Dallas. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. Well, with Harris, he's willing to sacrifice a larger role for the betterment of his team, Clark.
Yeah, and B.A., I think that speaks to his desire to play winning basketball, to play the game the right way, to play to his strengths and not try to do more than he can, whether he's looked at as a primary scoring option or simply being a spot-up shooter or one of 3 options. Harris has that disposition that says, I'll do whatever it takes.
Harris outside. Outside Tucker for 3. Hits the three-pointer. And the 76ers lead by 8.
Hey, one of the strongest part of Tucker's game is knocking down that three-point shot. He doesn't need much space to get it off.
Here's Wiggins to win the run. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Second personal foul. The 15th foul penalty. At the line for the Warriors, Andrew Wiggins, shooting 1.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 4 from deep. Inside, here's Harris.
You know, over time, I think Harris has become really good at accepting more responsibility, and that's part of learning how to be a leader.
Tol, Rayo, kumusta? Siyempre naman.
At the line for 2.
3-1 yan, Tol. Napaka-vet na ng, veteran plays kanina. Makikita mo yung Draymond na defensive stop kay Şengün. Yun yung mga magagandang magagawa kung may veteran ka. Yung mga timely shots ni Jimmy Butler, yung mga timely shots ni Pujemski, Tol, parang lumalabas din na parang may future din siya sa Golden State, no? Brandon Pujemski, Tol. Napakagaling ni Pods kanina. Mga tira sa mga fadeaway na nasushoot, eh, no? Mga mid-range shooter na lumalabas na din kayo ngayon. May 3-point shot na din siya.
Turner against Harris. Healed from outside. That one goes.
Body healed. Kanina, ano lang to? Glimpse lang. Hindi talaga ako nanonood na sobrang tagal. Kasi nga, may trabaho. Glimpse lang. Nunod lang ako ng live. Tapos, nood lang sandali. Tapos, back to work and stuff. Pero nanood ako kanina nung last minute na lang ng fourth. Yung stop ni Dre kay Shangu.
Harris on the wing.
Abante pa kasi kanina yung Ganda pa ng defense. Naka-defense pa talaga. Tsaka ganda ng laro din ng Rockets kanina. Talagang fourth quarter doon lang sila nag-breakdown na hindi na nila mapigilan yung Warriors clutch. Veteran plays.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And the 76ers shooting 45% from the field in this first. A nice shot by Milton.
They're really working the paint now.
Talagang pag may work kasi.
DiVincenzo with it. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one.
Naman. Slice tayo. Yung lahat ng tira ni Woods na yun. Sobrang off-shot yun.
Here's Harris.
Ay, wala. Good no call.
Turner's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Good body. Ganda ng laro ng body head kanina. Mga friendly shots niya din kanina. Although pilit yung iba. Kaso mainit kasi siya kanina so syempre hayaan mo yun. Good defense by Wiggs. Yun lang. Nakakuha pa din ang rebound pero good defense pa din, tol. The Wiggs. Body to the bucket. Get shot.
But his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
When you talk about the best shooters in the NBA, Buddy Hield has to be in the conversation.
For the Warriors, Buddy Hield. At the line for 2.
So mute lang muna agad, mute lang muli ako. Load lang kayo dyan, tol. Enjoy.
That's good from Hield. And the Warriors making a change here. Kuminga's checked in. Hield hits them both. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 4 from deep. Milton passes to Tucker. Here's Melton. Pass to Harris. And his 4th make of the day in 10 tries.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
Melton with the ball. Outside Tucker. Back to Melton. Harris on the wing. From downtown, that one's good from Melton on the assist by Harris. And now it's a 10-point 76ers lead. Well, the Warriors shooting only 26% in the first. DiVincenzo pass to Wiggins. Three-pointer. And DiVincenzo hits from deep.
Well, you know, that last three got DiVincenzo fired up now. He had to respond. He goes to the arc to shoot back with one of his own triples.
Now here's Milton. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Melton outside. Pass to Harrell. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. And the 76ers lead by 9. DiVincenzo against Milton. DiVincenzo, pass to Hield. Kept alive. Nice shot by Turner. Turner's gotten his 2nd bucket.
And so far, they've had the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Now here's Melton. 11 points for him last game against Chicago. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Milton. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo. Here's Wiggins. Pass to Hield. Beyond the arc. He can't hit that time.
Tol, yun din sinasabi ko kanina, yung defense tsaka Şengün kanina. Although naka 31 points si Şengün, pero yung defense niya kanina, very, fourth quarter na very last crucial shot niya, yung pang tie game ni Şengün. Or pang take the lead pala kasi 1 point lead na pala kanina. Pang take the lead dapat yung hook shot na yun yung low post na Şengün, yun hindi na napigilan niya. Talagang defense lang, talagang pinatira niya lang ng sobrang layo. Yung tira kasi na hook shot na yun, parang ano lang yun one step inside the free throw line, although very makeable shot, pero di ba yung defense ni Dre doon, nakatayo siya sa harap ni ni Şengün kasi sobrang layo ng hook shot pag doon ka mag-hook shot sobrang layo yun. So ang ganda ng defense ni Dre yan. Talagang makikita mo tol, all around defense talaga. Kung saan yung bola, habulin niya, tapos talagang tutulungan ang depensa. Yun yung mga players na alam mong may impact talaga kahit hindi man sa stats. Hindi man siya makaka-block shots. Pero alam mo na mapipigilan niya yung player at mapapatiran niya ng low percentage shot. Tulad niyan, Kevon Looney. Yan ang mga defense, tol. Ay, sobrang layo ng PG. Sorry. Kala ko lang. Mga defense na ganun ba? Sobrang ano lang.
That looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Talagang galing ng defense. Yun yung panalo talaga sa kanila, yung defense.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Ali LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Well, Paul George has certainly endured his share of criticism in the past, but he said, quote, "I can't worry about that. It comes with the job. I am who I am. They can judge me on what they want. I'm going to go out there and hoop and give it everything I've got." And guys, he brings a lot to the table.
No question. He is elite, Ali. Thank you.
And that one drops for him. Just befuddling body control from George. I mean, taking the hit like a man and still getting all the way to the basket.
Now here's Tucker. Back to Harden. Pass to Embiid. Over Looney. Off the left rim and out. Golden State has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. DiVincenzo finds Looney. To the paint. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3
seconds. Pa pala sa loob. Tawagan tuloy ng 3 seconds.
For Philadelphia, they've got nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. They get it back. No good with a layup.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
And it's blocked by Thibault. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. For 3, DiVincenzo.
Naka-rebound si Looney!
And finally, they hit one.
Getting enough shots in close to
Muna
play
sa
inside out.
offensive
We're now
rebounding.
about 2 minutes into the second quarter. George against Harden. Here's Embiid. It's good.
Embiid has such balance and agility for a big man. He's able to work through contact and still finish with touch.
Going all in. That was the 2K drive. Well worth a second look.
You're toasting the defense and getting in close.
PG catch and shoot.
Possessions like that one all day.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Pass to Maxey. Thibault against DiVincenzo. Thibault, that's good.
The floater can be a tricky shot, but that's the right choice.
The Warriors have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter.
And the improvement of Tyrese Maxey's three-point shot from his first season to second year, just unprecedented. He improved by over 12% with a huge increase in attempts as well. Came up dry offensively in the first, but looks like he's ready to turn it around.
George against Harden. And Tucker gets it to go. Tucker's got his second bucket on the night. And for a player with the speed and quickness of Maxey, Grant, leveling up that three-point shot changes everything for him.
Oh, so true, BA. It becomes pick your poison with them. And it put him in
And
a
one.
conversation
Yeah.
last year from most improved player.
Balik
Well,
ko
you
muna
know-
sa Steph.
It takes courage to draw charges. Guys get trucked all the time, and they still call a blocking foul. You think more of those should be no calls, Grant?
You know, BA, courage is the right word. If you're willing to step in there and
Magandang gabi po sa lahat ng
sacrifice your
nanonood.
body for the sake of the team,
Kumusta po
you know
kayo
what?
dyan?
If you
Magandang
don't
gabi
give
po
them
sa
a
inyo lahat.
charge, I
Tayo po
prefer the
naglalaro
no
na ng
call.
NBA
I like that
2K23.
idea.
Nag-enjoy lang po, galing work.
And
So,
just one of the
hope
most
everybody's
complete
doing well.
players in the game today.
Magandang gabi po sa
George's
ating lahat.
two-way game and strong leadership traits are reasons why he's a star.
And the Warriors making a switch here. Curry's checked in. George hits them both.
Alright, let's go.
The 76ers have gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Harden, the pass to Embiid. Here's Maxey.
Ay, napakalit ko naman nun. Raves, kumusta Raves? Kita ata nanonood ah. Napaswing ka ata. Foul ba? Padaan si Raves. Kumusta ka Raves? Kumusta tol? Foul na.
As the official
Hindi
calls
natin
the
sinabi
foul,
siya.
count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
At the line for the 70.
And almost 4 minutes
Basta
gone
tol,
in the
basta tol.
second quarter of play.
How is everything going, my man?
Curry against Harden. Pass to Looney.
Pinigit ko.
Curry.
Kala mo.
Shoots over
Again.
Harden. And the basket by Curry. Curry's got 6.
Not just
Basta
a
tol.
three-point threat. Curry
Kumusta?
is
Ano ba
also
kinabibisihan mo
comfortable
ng
trying
Raves
his
sa
luck
buhay?
from the mid-range.
Outside Tucker.
Yung walang school. Ano ba kinabibisihan mo ngayon?
Here's Maxey.
Oh,
And he's going to the line for
Raves,
2.
my
The
man.
official saw contact while he was going up. Kevon Looney picks
eto.
one up.
Tignan mo na lang. Smooth pa naman. Smooth pa naman tol. I-enjoy naman.
Two shots.
Good on the second one.
Smooth naman yan.
Now here's Curry. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Boy, he was piling
Nice
up
pass.
those assists in that one.
Nice
I mean,
pass,
every
nice
pass
pass.
seemed
Wait
to
lang,
be on
lagyan mo
time and
ako.
on target.
We think of Curry as a shooter first, but they're reminding us how good a passer he is.
The 76ers have gotten 5 of their first 11 shots to fall here in the second quarter.
Wala naman tol.
Timeout call, the 76ers.
Wala tol. Naglalaro ng RDR2 eh. Pangalawang playthrough ko na. Goods lang naman tol. Sobrang sarap pa din.
And welcome out your Warriors. Thanks team.
Lalo na kung HD talaga yung nagamit mong TV or monitor. Yung bagay talaga sa
Harden
PlayStation
pass
mo.
to Thibault.
Kahit hindi nga eh. Kahit hindi bagay. Kahit mga work PC lang. Ganda pa din.
Here's Thibault.
Wala.
Excellent D there from Kuminga.
He did everything in his power to make that a hard shot.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride
Napakalapit na yun.
in what he does on defense. You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
Thank you sa pag-like tol ah. Raven Tols.
Harden
Basta ka dyan
against
tol. Ano ba
George.
kinabibisihan mo ngayon?
Nice
Diba
shot
sabi
by
mo last time
Harden.
may PS4 Slim ka na hindi mo laro-laro. Tama ba?
You know, for all
Kasi
the points
sira
he gets
TV
from
nyo
long
or
range,
TV
Harden
nyo may
does
likod.
just as much work inside.
Tama
It's
ba?
not easy to take any
Kumusta?
one
Wala pa
area
rin
away
ba?
from him because he's such an elite scorer.
Here's Looney.
Ay,
It's
sayang.
stolen by Maxey.
Extra pass sana yun.
Jacks up a 3.
Wala pa rin bang bagong
Paul
TV
George
or
pulls it in.
monitor man lang na
Golden
pwede
State has
laruan.
gone 1 of 4 from 3-point land here in the second. On the wing, Curry, defended by Harden. Outside, DiVincenzo. And it's all from 3-point range. For
Wala pa rin ba
Philadelphia,
kayo?
they've gone
Wala pa
6
rin
of
bagong
14 in
TV
the second
na
quarter.
pwede paglaruan.
Here's Harden. Sweet little floater. Harden's got 6.
Boy, I love watching Harden pat the rock. Has an unlimited
What's that?
number of moves to choose from. Endless.
Pass to Curry. On the take. Looney finds DiVincenzo. Off target from three-point range. The 76ers have gotten 7 of 15 shots here in the second quarter.
You know, Harden's done a nice job really increasing his playmaking over the last few years and
Umayo na si
excels
PG.
at finding teammates.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of
Go
chance.
JK. Good offensive rebound.
And
Look
he
at
got the
Kevon
whistle on the
Looney,
way up.
man.
So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second personal foul.
Love Kev's effort. 500 gig lang ata total.
That free throw no good. And the 76ers with some changes. Montrezl Harrell
So,
he's
GB
checked
na
in
to?
for
500
Embiid.
pala.
Harris comes in for
500
Tucker.
GB na
And
to.
Milton subbed in for Thibault. And he's good on the second. And here's Harden. He picked up 36 points in their last win against the Bulls in Chicago.
And he really made them pay for every foul. Spent much of his time draining shots from the free throw line.
Now here's Milton. For 3, Maxey. Kuminga pulls it in.
Rebounding namin dito.
The Warriors trailing.
Ay, walang depensa yan. Hindi tayo. Wala yan.
And George gets it to go on the assist from Curry. Curry's got his 4th
Patap
assist
po
in
ng
this
screen
one.
sa mga nanonood. Baka nag-enjoy po kayo. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Philadelphia's gone
Tayo
0
po
for 3
naglalaro
from
lang
deep
ng
to begin
NBA
the second.
2K23.
Pass to Maxey.
Kaya nag-enjoy kayo dyan. Ay, masarap po yung ulam. Nakapag-dinner
Curry
na pa
against
kayo
Milton.
ngayong gabi.
On the wing, Harden.
Pag-dinner na po ba kayo?
And here is Harrell.
Nice.
Looney
Ganda
with
ng
some
mga
nice
defense
D.
at mga rebounding ni
Old school right there. No easy
Kevon
buckets.
Looney dito.
The kick out. Curry.
Balik.
Looney passes to George. Over Maxey.
Kanaling step back.
George, no good. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, BA.
Ay, third foul ni Steph. Okay lang yan. Hindi ko siya lalabas dun. Hindi ko siya lalabas. Tol, thank you, Raves. Sa pag tap. Love you, Raves.
But now he's taking a more head-on approach and getting himself to the line.
Reese Maxey taking
That free throw's good from Maxey. Both free throws good from Maxey. Now Curry. He's got 6. And that's a foul called on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul of the game.
third team foul.
Curry with it, scoring around 28.5 points a game. A very talented offensive player.
Natulak.
It's scooped up. Another shot.
So, offensive rebound pa din.
Oh, he
Kevon
got it with
Looney.
a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. The Sixers leading. Here's Maxey. And the
Ayan.
shot is good. Harris making the play. Maxey's got 10 points now, just in this quarter. And for the Warriors, they're shooting just 37% in the game. Curry against Harden.
Ayun, open 3
George for
PG.
3.
Ay, sayang.
Unable to get that one. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. That'll be the third stop of this 4-game trip.
Small ball kaya ako dito. Papasok ko na muna si Green. Tatakbo kami. Small ball muna.
Back to Harden. Pass to Harris.
Ganda ng defense.
It's rebounded by Golden State. Kuminga's got his 4th rebound in this one. DiVincenzo pass to Curry.
Uy, ganda na step back.
17. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Outside Milton. Here's Harris. And Harris throws it down.
Not settling for the layup. Sometimes you got to go strong, and Harris gets the chance to stuff it there. He didn't let it slip by him.
Curry passes to
Go,
Kuminga.
JK.
And the bucket is good. Kuminga's got his first bucket of the night.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Small ball muna kami dito.
Outside Harden. Launches a three. And the 76ers get it back. Ooh, poked away.
Nicely done.
George with it. Now guarded by Harris. And there is a whistle. That goes on Tobias Harris.
Balik ko muna si Wiggs tsaka si Buddy Hield.
That's foul number 2 for him. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. Melton, he's checked in for the Sixers. Golden State calls timeout.
Throughout years of play, one thing that has stayed consistent in the game of James Harden is remarkable ability to facilitate.
And the Warriors make some changes. Andrew Wiggins checked in for George, and Hield is subbed in for DiVincenzo. Now here's Curry. 6 points for him.
Sidestep na step oh.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Minsan lang sa sidestep yan eh.
And I'll tell you, we see Curry working on his balance all the time. Well, I'll tell you what, it paid off on that challenging play.
You got to admit that Harden just
Sidestep
has a
na.
gift for finding assists, Clark.
Yeah, he really does, BA, and it's so amazing to watch. I mean, he's a guy that specializes in torching people
Small ball
one-on-one.
na dito. Siguro
But
na
he's
naman
also
papayo.
almost as good setting other people up.
Nakalusot.
Maybe it
Ay,
also
ay,
goes
ay.
back to how good he is at
Braves,
reading
thank you
the
sa top of JC, tol. Musta? Welcome back, JC. Braves, thank you sa top tol ah. JC, welcome back, my friend. Padaan na nga si JC.
And that one falls for Curry.
You never really get tired of watching Curry do his thing. The stroke on his shot is such a thing of beauty. And when he's dialed in, his offensive performances are just tremendous.
Now here's Melton. He's got 5.
Lapit mo
A
din,
minute
batirahan
31
ka.
left in the first half of this one. Up top, Maxey. Hounded by Wiggins. Here's Harold.
Wala, namutata ni Wiggs sa loob. Ganda ng defense ni Wiggs doon, tol.
Anticipating the shot. Sends it out with return to
Ay,
center.
naka-open sana.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been
Nakatira
a
dyan.
very close
Ulo, grabe
contested
top
ball
shot
game.
yun ah.
And he's carried them this quarter, a dominant offensive stretch.
Melton against Curry.
Pumilit, Ray. Big. Fade away
There's 48
3.
seconds left to play in the first half.
You know, scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Parang papabang ako dun ah.
Maxey's got 20
Balik
points.
sa siya.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
Naka-rebound
Goes
pa.
back up. And a nice
Good job,
layup
Steph.
by Curry.
So good at staying in control. Curry isn't afraid of attracting contact on the way up.
On the wing, Milton. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Harris outside. 6 to shoot. And the
Ay,
foul.
ba't to final?
That's foul
Sayang.
number 2 for him.
In the first half, you want to stay aggressive, but you also want to be careful. That is his second foul already.
Pass to Harris.
Uy, last shot. Ay, sayang.
Second chance effort. Oh, nice
Ay,
fake.
napakasayang.
And so it's
Daming
the
lost opportunity. Sige. Game. Musta po kayo?
Philadelphia
Magandang gabi po.
76ers closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. Well, now we have some time to check
Hindi ko
in with
nakita,
Ali
Tege Plus
Force.
nag-follow ah.
Ali,
Pasensya, hindi ko
thank you
nakita.
guys.
Tol.
Ali, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
So, budget gaming setup lang tayo kaya hindi ko makikita yung mga chat.
The 2K
Hindi ko
Sports
makikita yung mga
Halftime
follow.
Show. Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith
Yan
and
naman,
Shaquille
malaking
O'Neal.
budget.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Philadelphia finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They have a nice 7-point lead. And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
You guys know I appreciate when a team takes that commitment to attack in the painted area. When you get those high percentage looks, good things tend to happen. That's how they built this league.
And over to Kenny now. How'd you think the Warriors were playing?
They didn't shoot the ball very well, and that's because they didn't have any flow on offense. I'd expect the coaching staff to make some adjustments in the locker room. They need to draw up some plays to get a good offensive rhythm.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Without question, Tyrese Maxey displaying all his skills today.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Wiggins and Green make up the forwards. Stephen Curry is out there with Buddy Hield, and it's Turner in at the center position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Now here's Thibault over to the wing. Embiid from outside. Rebounded by Green. Green's got 4 rebounds now. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, Sixers head coach Doc Rivers earned the nickname Doc back in college for wearing a t-shirt with Julius Erving on it. In the NBA, he said, quote, "The first game I started was against the Sixers. I went over and said, Dr. J, how are you?" And he said, "Doc, how are you?" I said,
And
"No,
one.
I'm Glenn." But he said, "No, you're Doc." And that made me feel like $1 million, guys.
All right, thanks, Allie.
A decent free throw shooter is Wiggins, trying to become more than that, though, given how often.
Tol, thank you, Tol. Tol Ray, pumunta ka lang dito tapos nag-like ka lang eh, no? Thank you, Tol. Ano ka pa, nag-waste ka pa ng time dito. Anyways, ingat din, Tol Ray. Ingat palagi, Tol. Chat na lang, Tol. Baka may mga kailangan dyan, like advices and stuff. I-consider you as friends din naman kahit malayo tayo, hindi pa tayo nalito. Consider you as friends, so if you need anything, Tol, huwag lang pera. Tutulungan natin yan. Ingat, Tol Ray.
Smartly setting up another guy.
The Sixers leading. Here's Harden. Give him 8 points now.
Nagawa mo. Huli ka.
Shoots over Harden.
Huli step, back pass step.
Curry's shot is off. For Philadelphia, they've gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Pass to Embiid.
Hindi nag-swing. Swing sana.
Outside Harden. And the foul called on Buddy Hield.
Buddy, lalabas ka na.
That's his 3rd foul of the game. George, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Now into the lineup for your
Embiid finds Thibault.
Paul George.
They double him with Curry. From 7. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a
muna si Steph. John Wall, pasok.
3-point play here.
That was just great work to battle through contact and will in the shot.
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
What a shot from John Wall.
Boy, you love Wall's tenacity there. Takes the contact and finds a way to finish through it.
The 76ers have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Pass to Maxey.
Look.
Down it goes.
Pabantay tayo ng ayos mo.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking. As
Ay, nakalusot si Monster na naka-crossover.
Those types of breakdowns, it won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Outstanding dribble drive. And that replay was brought to you by Mobile One.
Yeah, BA, I mean, that's such a big play here in a close game like this one. Great concentration from him.
And Philadelphia calls time.
Magandang gabi po. Wait lang po ah.
Give it up for your Warriors U15.
over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Thibault, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Well, that's just good heads-up basketball from the making the pass to the open man.
The Warriors have gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third.
Yun, open 3, Miles Turner!
It's good with the assist from Wall. Turner's got 11.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Sana makalan pa ng isang big man yung ng Golden State. Parang Miles Turner.
And here's Harden. George defending.
Pati din reality mo kuha nila si Miles Turner.
The Warriors pull it in. Turner's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him.
Doon ng reverse. Dito nakuha.
And that one's good with extra effort on the glass. And now just a 1-point 76ers lead. Philadelphia has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Pass to Harris. Foul called on Draymond Green. That's his first foul of the game.
They're at the limit already. That to me is just lazy defense.
And the 76ers making a change here. Tucker's checked in. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. The Sixers again can't hit.
Now there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
George knows how to get his man to overcommit and off balance so he can draw the foul. He's got a number of sneaky veteran tricks that he effectively uses.
Couldn't put them in the lead, but at least does enough to tie it up.
Here's Thibault. Chalk up 2 there. 12 points for him.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5
straight
good looks in the
one.
The basket drop. And he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. That's going to send Andrew Wiggins to the line. That one on Tucker.
Third personal foul. 13th.
And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. Harden, the pass to Tucker. And the foul called on Draymond Green. That'll be a second foul of the game. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Hey, we know every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Outside Thibault. And he goes in for the dunk.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
The 76ers have gotten 6 of... Ten shots to fall in this third quarter. Baxi against Wiggins. Oh, and Turner with a block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Turner.
Basketball.
To the middle. Here's Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Watch out now. The process is at work.
And Harden, a former league MVP, 3-time scoring champ. Grant, the only thing he's missing is a title.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, it would only help cement his legacy. For years, he carried his team only to run out of gas in the playoffs. But postseason success counts for a lot when it's all said and done.
And it's the Sixers with the ball. After the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. Thibault against Wall. To the wing, right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Maxey missing.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
It's George on the wing. Covered by Thibault. Wiggins from long range. And it's Harden who pulls down the rebound. The Sixers trailing. Down low. Here's Maxey. It's good. Off the assist from Harden. Harden's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Harden against Wall. Pass to George. Oh, they get a hand on it. And that'll be Golden State's ball as it goes out of bounds. Warriors able to keep possession. Melton, he's checked in for Maxey. Here's George. Goes up off the inbound. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. Harden from outside. Second shot opportunity. Oh, the nice bucket inside from Embiid. And now a 3-point Philadelphia lead.
I know it's a tall task, but you got to box out Embiid. It's really that simple, because if you don't, he's going to make you pay.
Here's Wiggins. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11. Pass to Melton. And they'll get another chance.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
Here's Wall. Soft touch off the glass.
You know, sometimes you see the edge to Wall's game come out in these situations. Tight defense inside, contact, and he just is determined not to be denied.
Now here's Thibault. 14 points for him. Outside for Harden. Here's the three. It's rebounded by George. George has got 4 rebounds now. Green, the pass to George. Ball for 3. And Tucker pulls it down. Tucker's got his 4th rebound in this one. And a foul call. On the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That'll belong to John Wall.
Tucker does not shy away from contact. As a matter of fact, he embraces it and looks for it. Plays with a lot of force.
All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the 76ers?
The way they've been able to consistently get past the defense and to the cup has been most impressive. They've almost made it look pedestrian.
They've also been striking from mid-range with great consistency tonight. They just owned that part of the floor in this one.
Kuminga, he's checked in for the Warriors. Stephen Curry comes in for Paul George. Now here's Kuminga. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. This for the tie. Thibault with the board. The Sixers leading. Melton on the wing. This one for 3. The Warriors pull it in. Kuminga's got rebound number 7 tonight. Stolen by Melton. Pass to Tucker. Back to Melton. Shoots over Wall. Here's Embiid. Banked it in off the glass. Embiid's got 6 in the quarter.
You see why they go to Embiid in close. I mean, he's more than capable of getting it in the hoop.
Outside Wall. Left side Kuminga. The kick out. Curry. Five to shoot. Pass to Turner. It's tipped. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And Embiid with the block.
Fantastic defender. Embiid is consistent, not only blocking shots, but going after them as well, especially when he's in the area.
Now here's Melton. He's got 5. Here's Thibault. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
Now, I'd suggest that he stay with those basics, because we've got a tight one here tonight. Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk, but later in the game now, he might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring.
Now here's Embiid. Give him 8. And Turner with the block. Kuminga, the pass to Curry. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Second personal foul.
Yeah, fearless play from Curry inside. Going up against tough defense and getting fouled while shooting.
And he knocks down the first one. Tobias Harris checked in for the Sixers. Both shots good from the stripe. Now here's Melton. His offense has been solid, scoring around 11.5 points a game. Pass to Harrell.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's Thibault. And the layup falls. Thibault's got 12 points here in the second half.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
And that one's good.
And you know he's finishing when he gets that close. Count it.
A minute 39 left in the third. And the foul called on John Wall. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Matisse Thybulle at the line for 2.
And he makes a first. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Here's Wall, and he banks in the layup. Wall's got 6.
Boy, Andrew Wiggins, the former first overall pick, showing off his passing skills there.
The 76ers shooting 48% since the beginning of the third. Melton against Curry. Harris on the wing from behind the arc. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Minnesota will be traveling to face him after this game. It'll be the second game of 4 straight at home. To the left side wing. Here's Embiid. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points. Embiid's got 8 points here in the quarter. Golden State has gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the third quarter. Outside Curry. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Now here's Melton. He's got 5. Harris on the wing. On the clock. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That one belongs to Wiggins.
You know, you can't get overly physical with Harris because once you do, turns it against you and uses it for his good.
The free throw drops for Harris. So both teams making some changes here. And so he makes both from the line. So it's the Warriors now, trailing by 5. Green, the pass to Curry. 1 second left. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And we've watched 3 so far. In this one, Sixers ahead, up 5. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Harris and Embiid are playing up front. Tyrese Maxey is out there with James Harden. And it's Melton in at the 3. Here's George. The Sixers getting their last shot to go. And he gets it to go.
Oh, George really feeling it right now. Another bucket to his credit.
And we just had to take one more look at that great drive. Philadelphia shooting pretty well at 45%. Harris passes to Embiid. Looney with some nice D.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested. Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly. He drilled one from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
Now here's George. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Well, you really have to like how George uses his body effectively down low there. I mean, the defense pretty much has no choice but to foul him in that situation.
George hits them both. Harden drawing the double team. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Pass to Embiid. And Harden with the slam.
I don't think there's anybody who works harder for his points than Harden does. I mean, if he has to attack the glass to get him, he'll do that too.
Melton against George. And there's the foul. It's on Joel Embiid. That's his third foul of the game. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Kuminga, the pass to George. And it's blocked by Embiid. And so the ball out of bounds. Embiid touched it last. Four on the clock. Pass to Hield. Misses the 3.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Here's Maxey. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo. The Warriors have gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the fourth. Looking to get back on track. They get it back. Out to Hield. Pass to George. Knocked away. Looney passes to DiVincenzo. George for 3. He can't get that one to fall. The 76ers have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Here's Maxey. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Harden's got 8 assists here tonight.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Now here's DiVincenzo. It's George on the wing. Melton covers. George, no good. The 76ers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Harris. And Harris throws it down.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Time. Time called here. The Warriors decide to talk it over.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Andrew Wiggins checked in for the Warriors. John Wall comes in for DiVincenzo. The 76ers also with a sub. Thibault, he's checked in for Maxey. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. He really got into them, saying, quote, "You guys aren't playing hard enough. Forget the X's and O's. We need to play with passion. Let's just see that for the last part of this game, guys."
And Allie, thank you for that. Now here's Harden. Pass to Thibault. Back to Harden. Thibault against Hield. Out to Harris. And the 76ers another 3.
And what's working here Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Melton left side. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
First team foul.
And so here is Philadelphia. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Wiggins, right side, looking to end the drought. And a foul. Foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That's on Matisse Thybulle.
And, you know, that's going to be free throws. I mean, the length and quickness of Wiggins forcing the defender's hand there.
And he drops the first. And the NBA enjoying the highest attendance numbers in the history of the league. Clark, compare the fan experience now to where it was in the 80s when you played.
B.A., I don't know if there is any comparison. I mean, when you factor in the popularity of the league now with the various social media platforms that exist, the star magnitude power of the game's biggest stars worldwide, I just think it's a different time. More teams, more exposure, more platforms for exposure, and a real understanding of how to market the NBA globally. So fans have a way of engaging that didn't exist in the early 80s.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Harden. Puts it up from 12. Here's Embiid. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Embiid's got 6 here in the quarter.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Curry passes to Kuminga. They get the rebound. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Sixers.
Sixers ball.
The 76ers have gotten 8 of 15 during the fourth quarter. Harden against Curry. Harris outside. Three-pointer, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here's Curry. Poke loose. It's stolen by Thybulle. Stolen by Wall. Here's the break. Over Melton. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Harris on the wing. Out to the right wing. Here's Embiid. Gets it to fall from the right block. Embiid's got 16 in the second half.
As bad as he was in the first half, that's how good he's been since.
To the middle. Stolen by Harden. Melton outside. Here we go. The Sixers on the break. Embiid finds Melton. Good. And the assist to Embiid. Embiid's got 3 assists in the game.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
All right, we present our New Balance player of the game, James Harden.
And I just love to see a player who plays with an aggressive mindset. I mean, he had the energy and the intensity all game. He didn't waste any time when he had his chances out there by attacking the rim.
Oh, man, what an effort tonight. To put together this type of game against the defending champs, that is impressive. This is why so many people hold him in such high regard. Philadelphia's gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the fourth. And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That'll be foul number 5 on him. And players weather some verbal abuse from fans on the road. Clark, we've seen some of them say they'll mirror that energy. What do you think about that?
Well, I tell you, it's interesting, Brian. Clearly, fans have a right to cheer and say things, but they can't be abusive. And just because you buy a ticket doesn't give you a right to treat the players as if they're not human. And we've seen fans cross the line in that regard. That's unacceptable. As a player, your impact is best felt on the court, so you have to control your emotions, but the fans and the venues have a responsibility to make sure that people who have a ticket act as they should for having that ticket, not feeling as though they can do or say anything they want to the player.
So it's the Warriors now, after the Sixers picked up a basket a moment ago. And again, no good by Golden State.